There's a saying out there that's like, I am enough. It's like one of those things where, like a mantra or something, where like we have to learn how to convince ourselves that we are enough. And a lot of times we hear this in recovery, not just drug addiction, but like just recovery, abuse, abandonment, etc., 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 etc. Yeah. Tell you what, for a fact, if the last person you were with, whether you're straight or gay or whatever, if the last person that you were with, if the last person that they were with was Ron Jeremy, I can tell you this, you are not enough. Just saying. Yeah. But anyway, I kind of want to go all over the place with this. I think we can be not enough. I think we need to embrace not being enough. This is the positive end of embracing not being enough. When you're learning how to do something, like ride a bike, it's easy to convince yourself that you're not enough, even though you're putting everything you have into trying to learn this skill. But the fact that you're telling yourself, I am not enough, is encouraging you to be enough. It's like a transformation process. When we start to believe that we are actually not enough, it can fester inside of us and allow us to actually be convinced that we're not worthy, that we're not good enough, that we will never accomplish any of those things in certain scenarios. Now, riding the bike in that type of scenario, it could cause us to give up, or it could motivate us to persist, maybe be stubborn, but it can produce being enough and being more than enough if we can like allow it to motivate us. Now there's like fight, flight, and freeze. A lot of times with a lot of things, just because we're human, we freeze. I know I freeze a lot. I get things stuffed inside of me for a very long time that eventually I just don't stand up for myself. Or when I do stand up for myself, it comes across very, very assertive would be watering it down. It becomes very aggressive, very snappy, very uncalled for, and very unpretty. And that process is not fun. But anyway, maybe you're not enough because you're stupid. I'm just kidding. I say that to myself. I know I'm not stupid, but I still said maybe I'm not enough because I'm stupid. Maybe I'm not enough because of insert negative comment here. That's very easy for one to convince themselves of due to all the validation that you can buy into surrounding yourself, right? It's easy for me to believe a lie that I tell myself about myself when I'm the only one telling and listening to myself. I'm not saying we need some type of Joel Osteen positive reinforcement cube with lucky numbers off a fortune cookie. But there's stuff that we can choose to believe, or we can just know what the truth is. I mean, mind you, myself included, there are people out there that probably aren't enough. But it's temporary. If you aren't enough, sometimes you need to get out of that place. It's not as easy as it may sound. I know due to certain circumstances, people stay stuck for various reasons. It's just not easy. You just get over it. It's not going to work like that. Just do it. It's not always going to work like that. But if you try, that is enough. And so I am enough. I'm not necessarily a fan of fake it till you make it. But if you have to fake that you're enough in order to eventually be enough to yourself, that's part of the do whatever you got to do. I mean, we already lie to ourselves a million times a day anyway. If you had to lie to anybody, wouldn't you rather lie to yourself? Not really encouraging it, but at least maybe it could motivate us, me, you, whatever, to get out of that hole. Breaking the ice isn't always easy. Things aren't comfortable. Riding a bike was not comfortable at first, especially when there was no seat. I mean, geez, it's really hard on you when you hit those bumps, let alone a friggin' ramp. Oof, you better hope your feet are on the pedal. Yikes. Anyway, maybe you aren't enough. Well, you know what? Don't believe the lies. If you know you are enough, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody says or does, as long as you know it's true. But what if you don't know it's true? Figure out how you can know that it's true. And look within you. I don't know, maybe it rhymes. But no, like if anybody's like struggling with inadequacy feeling, start small. Like maybe you are trying to ride a bike and you're falling and failing, but are you getting back up and trying? Then you are enough. Sometimes you got to walk away from the bike. Sometimes you scrape your knee. Sometimes that seat that doesn't exist goes into places it shouldn't after bumps and ramps and stuff. And it's literally a pain in the butt. But put some cushions on there, figure out what's going on, and try again. So, I don't know anybody out there that is not enough. I'm not good at a lot of things, but I'll tell you what, I am not good at more than what I am good at. I don't know more than what I do know. Now, I can concentrate on what I don't know, or I can just try to fine-tune or expand the knowledge of what I do know. And if there's something that I don't know that I want to know, why not give it a try? I have no interest in math for the most part, but there's certain aspects of it that I've learned to get along with. Still feel dyslexic when I see numbers. I freaked out over a ruler, a freaking measuring tape, because it freaked me out, right? When I was younger, didn't know how to read a ruler, and my choices were to go read a ruler or do a different class in school. I freaked out, went to the guidance counselor, like, I don't know how to read a ruler, I don't know what to do. And they're like, well, you can do band or you can do chorus. I was like, I'll do band, I guess. You know what was in band? Music. You know what music consists of? Timing. You know how the timing is done? It's with numbers, fractions. Well, guess what? I had an interest in music, so I learned how to use the math that was used in music. But at the same time, I also used my ears. That helped me out a lot too. So I eventually did learn how to use the ruler and the measuring tape, which is silly, right? But I turned something that I despised, I was scared of, and I felt stupid over. Like, everybody else knows how to do this, why don't I? So when you're struggling with feeling not enough, and you want to feel enough, try to find a different aspect of it. Like, I was willing to give music a shot because I loved music, not knowing that math was involved. But then when I found out math was involved, I persisted. And I learned that I could coexist with math. And eventually I turned that A into an E and got a felony. So, went from math to meth. But hey, now I'm sober, so that's good, right? Yeah, cool. Anyway, there's a lot of math in meth too. Tell you what. Anyway, I don't suggest that route for figuring out math. Take other people's experiences and try to learn from that. But hey, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. I don't care. I mean, it's up to you. You'll figure it out, hopefully, or it'll figure you out. So, yeah, remember, we're not enough, but we can be. It's not across the board. Not everybody is not enough at everything. And not everybody is enough at everything as well. So, just keep trucking.